Hello, and welcome back to Insights of an Author show. And like promised, we are back with another episode. And so I'm going to be telling you about this author. And as usual, just going to take you through this person's profile before I tell you the name of the author. So, this person is a creative lawyer. She's an author and a publishing consultant. She has deep passion for storytelling and advocacy. She is also the CEO of Nora Sanya Press. She has played a pivotal role in shaping the literary landscape, helping authors bring their works to life with professional publishing services. She's a woman of many parts. She is Nora Sanya. Hello, welcome to our show.
Thank you.
So how do you feel being on our show today?
Excited and relaxed.
I can see. I can see. It's so nice to actually have you here.
Me
So
too.
tell us a bit about yourself. I know I've read your profile, but tell me something I missed.
Okay, I'm a mother of 3 children.
Wow, you don't look it.
I know,
You look
right?
16.
Thank you.
Okay, so what book are we going to be reviewing today?
Let's book Dear Mother.
Dear Mother. So the title, why Dear Mother?
I've had those questions a couple of times, especially since it's a series, Loving Dating series. The issues and challenges faced by Dayo's mother, the protagonist, is the reason why I felt the title was apt.
Okay. So what were the issues that Dayo's mother faced?
Abuse, starvation, resentment towards her abuser, and struggles with unforgiveness.
Okay. I've read the book. It's amazing.
Thank you.
But I like the way you built suspense right from the prologue and the way you ended the book with making the whole book look hopeful.
Mhm.
The way you were able to somehow involve emotions in your story, and it's fictional.
Yeah, it is. I love fiction.
It's really amazing.
Thank you.
So, tell me about Dayo, Ekun Dayo.
Yes, Ekondayo.
Why that name?
Well, because she was going through a lot in her husband's home, that's Dayo's mother. And as usual with women who are abused, when they have a child, there's hope for them, there's a new life, and their tears becomes joy.
In our previous episode, we also had an author who talked about abuse, but it's not a fiction. It wasn't a fictional book. It was a personal experience.
Yeah.
So she shared her personal experience with us about how she dealt with abuse, and it wasn't just her that dealt with the abuse. It was something that her mother dealt with, and for according to what she narrated, her mom didn't leave the husband's house, her dad's house, because she was worried about what society would say she has a child. But in your book, Dayo's mom actually ran away from the house with Dayo. Do you think it's something that actually happens in real life?
Yes, it's something that is beginning to happen in real life.
Okay.
I know that you're very conversant with the Osinachi's case and several other women whose stories are untold who died because they didn't want to leave for fear of what people would say. So the reason why I made it happen like that in my book is because, aside the fact that it is already something that is a reality, it's something I also encourage.
Okay. So for Dayo, his character, what inspired his character?
What inspired his character were the children I saw from abusive homes who went through a lot of challenges in their adolescence. So I wanted to give them a voice through my writing.
Okay. So there was, I think, was it chapter 1 or 2? There was a chapter where you mentioned Awolowo leave.
Yes, there was a chapter where I
So
mentioned-
here's my observation. So if for me, I think when I was reading the book for the first time and I saw it, I was even reading it out. I was reading it because I do this thing where I read books aloud because I feel like, oh, it helps me communicate better, pronounce my words better. And then I got Awolowo plant and I was like, what's that? So what is Awolowo plant?
Okay, so Awolowo plant, botanical name, that's Chromolana odorata.
Okay.
Sorry, Chromolana odorata. It's a tropical plant and also known as Ewe Akintola in the southwest.
Okay, so that was what I actually wanted to mention. So the way that part is, it's make if since it's like um since it's like the Awolowo plant, if you had like put other, because I'm very sure the Igbos will have another name for it. So it's like I'm very sure your book is like is obviously open. Is it like
It's
just
global, yeah.
exactly? So if you're going to put something like that next time, maybe just put like other names that other tribe call it. That's like the idea, because I was really lost on the Awolowo plant.
Thanks for the hint.
I was really lost on it. But aside that, it's a really great book. Also, the bullies. What do you have to say about bullies? Because I know your book shed some light about
the Musketeers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've come to realize that in every school, there's always that. In fact, even in the most decent school, there's always that silent or salient features of some children trying to, exert authority where they should actually be submitting. So that's why I also wanted to write about it. A lot of children out there actually go through a lot of bullying, and now it's even worse. There's cyber bullying, there's body bullying, body shaming, and all of that. So I wanted to actually, give a hint to parents, who may read along with their children, that sometimes their children also have, struggles, mental health and the rest by what they go through in school from their peers.
Okay. Then Daya's mother dying. Why?
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 Okay, so I have come to realize that everyone who harbors bitterness, resentment and all of that, instead of letting go of their abusers, always face one issue or the other, either cancer, or issues with metabolism, digestion. There is one issue or the other, or stroke or heart attack. It's something that cuts through when people who are abused do not let go or forgive
their anger, the bitterness.
Yes. So it's actually a reality. I've seen people who actually had lots of diseases simply because they were unhappy.
So it's basically like holding in negative energy makes you physically sick.
Yeah, physically sick. That's just the word. That's apt. Yes. So that's why. So in her own case, because the book actually began to write itself after a while. So she could not actually deal with it. There were pages of the book where Daya was asking the mother if, she would want to see the father again. You saw her reaction, like, you call. Like she practically said it with her mouth. And that was prophetic. So she eventually didn't even see him anyway.
And I think I'm having goosebumps just thinking of this scene where he saw his mother cough up blood in the hospital. He was like, oh, and then the woman he was staying with, what's her name?
Who's of us?
I was busy praying, your mother is healed in Jesus' name. And in his mind, he's like, but this woman is coughing up blood. So I think it's that I think that is actually something that happens in real life. It's most times, instead of people to actually take care of their health, they start praying without actually doing. You know that verse where it says heaven helps those who help themselves. So I think it's better, or it's advisable, that if you're sick, go to the hospital and then pray. Don't just say, oh, I'm just going to pray and something is going to happen. So I think it was that kind of sin, and the poor boy was just confused, like, what does this woman mean by your mother is healed, your mother is fine? So can you describe your childhood?
I'm the last of 5 children. My parents were teachers. Of course, you know where the writing comes from, because my father was my literature teacher in secondary school, and he did a very good job with literature. Oh my goodness, he had a way of dancing and humming and sometimes singing and bringing the characters alive, to the stories we read along. And so my love from literature actually shots from
there.
Those engaging, time with my father in the classroom. So that's my childhood, pretty much. We were not wealthy, but we were not, needy. We're just okay.
Okay, so you've told us about your childhood, how it was like for you growing up. The chapter where you spoke about Dio and the scene with the Masset issue, was it something that happened to you in reality, like in real life?
No, it never happened to me, because my parents provided everything I needed, Masset, school bags and everything. But I saw it happen to, my classmates and even some of my seniors. the teachers were quite wicked then, and they would flog them until they bled. So I saw it really happen.
So
Like,
they really, so the part where you described the three something koboko
yes,
was real.
yes.
They allow teachers use koboko in school.
Even things worse than koboko, like dry sticks, some even bamboo. I remember a particular incident where a teacher in my school used the cutlass, the back of the cutlass. Yes, there were all kinds of things that were used, rulers.
And nobody did anything about it.
Who would do anything? Well, like cut martial then. Because you can't try that now, it's child abuse now, but then it was.
It's still child abuse. Then
Yeah.
guys in the past doesn't take it. It doesn't take away the fact that it's
Yeah, but
child abuse.
there was no much sarcasm against that then, unlike now.
I don't even think it's really about the sarcasm. I think it was more about understanding.
Okay, so it was acceptable then.
Yes, it was more like they saw it as normal.
Normal then, yes. But now it's
so now
not
there's
normal.
better understanding.
Yeah.
Okay. So is there any chapter in this book that like really stands out to you the most?
Yes.
What chapter is that?
Face Me, Face You. Number 4, page 23. I love, this particular chapter because it exemplifies everything that happens when you have to share an apartment with a lot of people.
And there's always drama.
A lot of drama because the quality of people that can afford such spaces come with plenty of drama.
I actually fine, yeah, the quality of people. I don't think it's just like about the quality of people. I also think it's like everybody being in your space and then it's unsolicited. So there's bound to be drama.
Yes, there's bound to be drama. All kinds of drama. Drama about sharing bedroom, sharing kitchen, having a roster on who would clean and who wouldn't, then fetching water from the same well.
Yeah, so summarize the chapter 4.
Well, instead of summarizing, I think I'll just go and read 2 paragraphs because I just did the summary by everything I just said.
Okay.
28. The iron pole that poked the edges of the bathroom wall received Ahmed's trousers, shirts, and boxers in quick succession. Water splashed. Luckily, this man just started beating. Amaka's hands went up in surrender and dropped on her head, revealing an armpit as bushy as Ahmed's beard.
The comparison.
Yeah. Amused as she paced back and forth with a frenzy of someone who was hard pressed to urinate, I sped off to school, a happy early bird. Yeah.
Interesting. Why did you pick that paragraph?
Because that's the particular paragraph that makes me, the author, laugh each time I read it.
It's interesting. Actually, I do like your book. It's this book for like a particular set of people.
Yes, it is. It's for children, actually. Children between the ages of 8 to 15.
Okay,
children that love to read.
Okay, so if I want to get a copy of Dear Mother,
yeah,
where do I find it?
Oh, it's in Purple Shelves. It's in Roving Heights. It's in Loom Books, Q Cafe. You can also reach out to me on Instagram or Facebook, Nora Sanya, or Twitter, Nora 2020. Then,
all right.
NoraSonyaPress@gmail.com. So that's my email.
All right. So thank you very much. Do you have any advice for young children that will read this book or should read this book?
Okay, so I've gotten testimonials from lots of children who've read my books that they actually had some kind of experiences, but learned to actually overcome it, by saying that, oh, this actually happened to so person, and that person was able to go through this challenge and then came out successfully. So anyone who reads this book should, first of all, learn to let go of bitterness or resentment, because most time people behave like that towards us in terms of abuse. They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And then secondly, to also have an understanding that if you can pray, you would be able to rise above your challenges. I believe in prayers.
Yeah, we believe in prayers.
We believe in prayers.
So thank you so much for coming on our show. It was nice talking about Dear Mother with you, the author, Nora Sanya.
Thank you so much, Oluebube. I'm really grateful for this opportunity.
My pleasure. So, see you next time on yet another episode of Insights of an Author Show. I remain your host, Oluebube Sharon James. Bye-bye.